Hey everybody, we are back with another episode of Whiskey Soured. If you're watching and or listening, you're about to hear this amazing voice come through your screen, your speakers. And it's been a long time. I feel like this is the year anniversary of us first connecting on my show. Yes, that face of confusion, yes. But you be busy, so I try not to ask
Yeah.
too much
What was
because
the last one? When you were here, right? That was the last
yeah,
time
when I was there and
at the house.
I've been wanting you here all the time because you're just such a great person to like connect with, and so many things happen. So I'm gonna have to do this more often,
Yeah.
depending on your schedule, because you busy and I'm trying to be busy on that level where I'm booked and really busy. So I'd be like, oh no, man, I'm on set today for about a week. So I can't wait.
I
So
get it.
welcome back to the show.
Thank
It's
you. She didn't
here
even say my
more.
name. Y'all see that? She didn't want me here. She didn't even say my name.
I said, "Welcome back, Mister, to hear more." What you
I
just?
ain't
What
hear
you?
that. I ain't hear it.
I
Anyway,
just,
man.
sir. Okay. I
I'm
just.
talking shit.
Anyway, before we get into some of the topics for today, um,
You
and
finna
I'm
tell on
pretty
yourself?
sure what
You finna tell on yourself?
I feel like it's only right because now I want to ask you if this has ever happened to you.
Mm.
So, yeah. So, y'all, I was drunk. I was drunk in New Orleans and I was feeling myself. I was really, really feeling myself, and I might have took some photos. I might have thought I sent those photos to my guy, and somehow I sent them to hear more.
Mm-hmm.
And time had passed, and I know that there's the such thing as the unsend. I attempted to do that, but apparently there's a time frame. You get 2 minutes. Mortified, I lay my ass out on that dirty ass hotel floor and I just screamed. And my sister and them walked in the room like, what is going on? Yeah, I accidentally sent news to Tahir. So yeah, we close like siblings.
Here's the thing. I didn't even. I was driving. Me and Farron were driving, talking, and so I saw
Okay.
you text, but I try not to touch my phone when I'm driving, and because we weren't in my car. If we were in my car, I could have just hit it, and the Apple CarPlay would have just told me what you said, or it would have like media message or something like that. But we're in her car, and her Tesla doesn't do that because it doesn't have the CarPlay in it. That's the only reason I'm giving that background, not trying to flex or nothing like that. So
You
when you
are, but it's
called, we
okay.
were still in the
Show
middle of the
us.
conversation. It was getting good, so I just let it go to voicemail. And then you called her, and she was like, "Damn, let me call her back to make sure everything's okay." And then I call her, I grabbed my phone, and I hit the text message, and that's when I was like, "Oh, okay, I see what happened." And I just deleted the whole thread. So I have none of our old messages at all. I just deleted the whole thread, so there's no confusion, so you wouldn't feel any type of way. It was a mistake. You know what I mean? It's all good.
I was so I want you to know the level of like embarrassment that I had and the way that I sobered up so quick because we have been out drinking all morning/afternoon.
Yeah.
And so I was like really like, oh my God. And all I could do was call Farron and say something because one, transparency, like I want her to know that I feel comfortable with her and that's our relationship. I never want anybody because I don't know what's happening. If she was there, she opened the phone. I don't know what people have access
Right.
to. So I'm covering my ass.
No,
Like
I
I
get
was
it.
so
Absolutely.
scared. I was like, oh my God, oh my God. So yeah, that was okay. I'm gonna be honest. That was the
The
second time.
crazy thing is, Dom has seen us naked though. She comes to my parties. We have naked jacuzzi parties
Okay,
all the
wait.
time. She don't never get naked. Dom's a stick in the mud, but she's seen us naked. So I'm just like, it's all good, girl. There ain't nothing but some titties. Now I wasn't expecting to see a third titty. That was new. You could have warned me about that one. But neither here nor there. The point is, it's all good. No harm done. It's a simple mistake. It was fixed. Deleted it. You ain't got to worry about nothing.
Okay.
Why you don't have an OnlyFans for that third nipple is crazy though. That's the crazy.
I hate you. I really hate you because first of all,
You could be racking up, Shawty. We could be
first of
living
all,
in Vegas. You could have a residency in Vegas.
I
It'd be
hate
like
you.
soured whiskey
First of
nipple.
all, he's lying. First of
Soured
all,
whiskey nipple.
Okay, first of all, y'all, he lying. Number
Am I?
two, first of all, okay, okay. So
Leave it
hold on.
alone. Just go on to the next
Hold
topic.
on, hold on. Okay, wait. I wanna clear my name because first of all, I don't think I have actually really fully seen y'all naked. So in my defense, that's why I was like, oh my gosh. So I haven't because I've only technically seen you, but it was intentional. It was something that happened and you had hit me up about something. So that's how I've seen you. But I
Oh
haven't
yeah,
seen
no,
Farron
no,
fully
no.
naked. But
Mm.
I assume we have a similar build. She just got more junk in the trunk than me. That is similar. That so I figure because like Farron and I have similar features when you really
Mm-hmm.
think about it, like same skin, we sound the same. Like, so I'm like, that's like looking at myself. So, but
Right.
I just listen. I just don't want her to think you trying to fuck my nigga and blah 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 blah. You
Yeah,
never
you
know.
ain't got. Yeah, we passed that. We good. We ain't got to
I
worry
know
about
we,
that
I
right
know
there.
we
But I
family.
appreciate, and I'm sure she does too, your diligentness and hitting us up immediately and explaining. But yeah, we wouldn't have jumped straight there anyway.
I would.
Um,
It was funny.
Wait,
Like
you
my,
didn't come to the first birthday house I had last year?
I will.
The one that was like
No, I was.
okay.
Wait, I've only if it's the one where the guy ran into the sliding door,
Mm-hmm.
is that okay, so yes, I was there, but somehow I missed that memo on everything else.
Oh, you came that night at you came after the show, I think. You came
Yes,
after
I did come
that's
after
what
the
it was.
show.
Yeah, yeah. That weekend we had that party. Yeah, that's what it was.
No,
Because the
but
show
yep,
was over.
my
Got
invite got lost in the mail, but it's okay.
it. It didn't get lost. Dom, listen, we love you, and we don't try to force,
I
our
appreciate
activities on our friends. We know what our friends are comfortable with, and we would never try to convert anybody before, or not convert anyone before. We would never try to encourage anyone to come to anything we didn't think that they were ready to. So that's why they invite.
and
Really
for those
good.
listening, that does not mean that I'm prude. It is
Yeah,
this is my family,
yeah.
and like
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
all.
you don't want to see your cousin Dick just swinging, you know.
I don't, and yeah, I don't. So, but I have.
Well, that's what NDAs are for, guys. If you're gonna have these type of parties, you gotta.
Speaking of NDAs, did you ever get that handled?
hmm
All right, cool.
So yeah, new people they always got signs, so it's all good.
Okay, well, I love it. I love it. I love it. Speaking of NDAs, recently to hear there was a clip of you that went viral. Chocolate Sundays, you guys were having a
Oh, please.
conversation. Shout out to
Mhm.
Chocolate Sundays for not hiring me for y'all podcast at school because one day I'm gonna be too expensive. I want to share this clip with everybody, and I would like to discuss it in one of our many conversations.
My wife and I, one, we believe in the 80-20 rule. You can get 80% of what you need from one person. You might need like that 20% for someone else. That doesn't mean that you love that person any less. It's not just mean that they're not giving you 100% of their effort and love and time. It just might be like, I need this love, something. Expecting someone to be completely monogamous is very unrealistic, we feel like, in this day and time. We both know we are very sexual beings and we be f***ing. It's like when I'm on a roll, I still be want to be f***ing. And when I'm gone, she still be want to be f***ing. So we just came up with an agreement that worked for us and the lifestyle that we have. And that's my best friend, bro. I like to tell her everything. Like when I had a crazy situation, I'm like, you ain't gonna believe it. She sucked my dick on the top of a skyscraper right before I hopped on the helicopter. She was like, what? Tell me everything. Okay.
Um, so to hear you have everybody in a frenzy
Yeah.
based on your relationship with your wife
Yeah.
about how the 80-20 rule works. We're used to it being a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
I want to honestly say, probably based on why did I get married, right? Because this
Mm-hmm.
comes up throughout why did I get married? You only really get like 80, 80% of somebody, the 20% is kind of like where they fall short.
Mm.
But how
You know
you
what? For us, it's not really the fall short though.
okay.
For us, it's just the variety. It's the difference. Like I'm going to be completely transparent. We can all sit up and act like the person of your dreams could be everything that you wanted that person to be, but you still might be interested in something else. You could eat your favorite food every day, but after a while, you're going to be like, damn, I want some chicken. If your favorite food is pizza, at some point you're gonna want some chicken. If your favorite food is chicken, at some point you might want some Italian food. Whatever it may be, like that's what it is. And that's not everybody. I will admit that that's not everybody. Some people can be completely monogamous their entire marriage and be completely fine with that. And I applaud those people. I wish I had that diligence. I wish I had that type of self control. But me and my wife both understand we're both very sexual creatures, very sexual beings. And rather than lie about it and beat around the bush and do shit in
Mhm.
the shadows and the darkness, we just came up with an arrangement that worked for us. We set the boundaries and the parameters that work for us and the things that we felt comfortable with. And again, never trying to convince or convert anyone. All right, that is never my goal. My goal is only just to enlighten and educate people on what worked for us, not for everybody, not for all my friends, for us, because that's all I can speak on. You know what I mean? Since we became poly, our relationship, our communication, our our vacations, our enjoyment of life and quality of life has been, I mean, exponentially better. And it's one thing that it always comes back to is it's the communication, because to have a great relationship, you have to have like
Right.
solid ass communication. But when you're doing or living a lifestyle or a poly lifestyle, you have to have fantastically amazing conversation. We have conversations pre and post anytime we go on vacation or anytime we go to a party or a lifestyle, anything like that. We talk about what we want to do, our expectations and things of that nature. And then the post conversation is what we like, what we didn't like, if there was something we didn't like, what we enjoy, what we might be interested in doing more of. Those type of things where initially I thought were benign and repetitive and just frustrating because I don't feel like doing this shit. Those are the things that make it work. The devil's in the details. Those details right there make this possible, because whereas back in the day I used to be a person, I would just go along with a lot of stuff because I don't want to disappoint my wife, or I don't want to, possibly engage in a conversation that could get heated. Now I'm way more comfortable voicing my opinion, and
Okay.
and this was a difficult thing for me to do with my wife because I never want to tell my wife no, and I also don't like arguing. But now I am at a place where I can voice my opinion without it being combative, without it being or coming off defensive, without it feeling like I'm trying to go into an argument or tell her off or something like that. It's just like, yeah, no, I wasn't really feeling that, or I'm not feeling that. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm cool on that. If you want to, figure out what works for you, then you go ahead. And that came from taking this next step into this lifestyle and having great communication and repetitive communication.
Okay. So for the people, I want to reiterate that Tahir and Farron are doing things that work for them.
Hmm.
Everybody else, yeah, it's okay if y'all have traditional views,
Yeah,
and that is nothing wrong with that. But you have to realize that when people make those, and that's a huge step, first of all, by the way,
yeah,
because a lot of people to this day still would rather, kind of just go behind somebody's back than to be upfront and honest with their partner. And relationship conversations as a whole are super, super difficult. Like
yeah.
we've all experienced on some sort of level. Hell, I kind of even had one, earlier today where there was something. I'm like, I think you think that I'm vanilla, right? But I'm not.
Hmm.
I'm like, there was just certain things that are a no for me. And then I had to break down why this one thing in particular was a no. And I'm like, there was trauma dealt, early
Yeah,
on where I'm not comfortable yet. And it's something that I'm working through. And so I just need you to allow me that space to process that
absolutely, absolutely.
and move on. So now that don't bring it up no more.
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah,
I'm a petty bitch, and I know me, and so I'm like, okay, you poking, I'm a poke back, and you don't
yeah.
want me to poke where I really want to poke.
Oh shit.
So
Oh shit. Fellas,
it,
I just want to, if any fellas are listening, or ladies, if you got a guy and he's listening, I want you to remind him back to the part where she says, "I'm not comfortable with that yet." Okay, because that's the
yeah,
important takeaway from this conversation or this specific topic right here, fellas. Once you make a woman feel safe, there's damn near anything she won't do for you. If she
I'm not
does
doing
not
that no
feel
period.
safe, if she doesn't feel protected, if she doesn't feel seen, heard, and valued, then there are so many no's or not yets that you're going to encounter. But once she feels safe and seen and valued and appreciated. My wife know we could be in a room full of naked women, and all my celebrity crushes are there, all of them, and she ain't never got to worry about me leaving. I might fuck on a couple of them, but I ain't going nowhere. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna make me as happy as my wife do. Nobody's gonna make me smile in the morning when I roll over and I look at her, just sitting there peaceful, and then wake up, do some silly shit, to start dancing early in the morning. No one has the direct connection to my heart like my wife. No one, and no
Amen.
one ever will. There are certain areas of my life that are closed out to people. No one has that access but my wife, and she knows that. And because of that, she feels valued. She feels heard. She feels appreciated. She feels safe because she knows I will lay down my life for her in a minute. I will jump in front of any bullet. I will run in front of any burning building to save and preserve her life. And she
Mhm.
knows that. And now that she feels that type of safety, bro, I'm having the best fucking life of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like the best time of my life. We were just talking about this. We were just like marveling on the fact that we're about to hit 10 years in our marriage and we're still learning new stuff about each other. And we both agreed that like our best days are ahead of us. And it wasn't just we weren't just saying it as some
I was about to get you. Yes. Try again. Keep going,
y'all
friend.
know
You
the word. Y'all know the word. We weren't just saying it just to be saying it. We really, really believe that our best days are ahead of us. I was doing so good, and that word tried to take me
you
out of space.
was and you were, and I was like, and there
It's
you
all good.
go.
It's all good. I wouldn't be me if I didn't do it, baby. I wouldn't be me if I didn't
You've
do it.
done it like 5 times already, and I was just letting you have it. But then when you got there, it had to halt.
All right, first of all, you didn't have to bring up the 5 times. You petty as fuck for that. You petty as fuck. I'm finna send the cops to the house.
Listen, I'm
Um,
petty. Listen, I'm Michael B. Jordan petty. Like what Michael B. Jordan did to that girl, I have done that. And
he just needed to remind. He just wanted to remind her. I didn't forget.
yeah,
I know
I have
I
done
know who
that.
you are. I remember what you did. I'm still gonna be professional, but I want you to remember that sometimes when you fuck with people when you're younger and you think that you're just having a good time, that sometimes people remember. So
Yes.
you know,
Yes, when it happened to me, I was like, oh wow, I was visiting and I was at White Castle, and I'm not a job shamer, but I would never forget. I was, like at some point, I don't know if everybody, in St. Louis, like they parents, and there are some people whose parents didn't have a hard time.
mm-hmm,
And this particular summer, I feel like things were hard, and I was like working as well, like at my uncle's go kart track over the summer. Fuck that nigga. I so whatever it was, so like me and Janelle mom died, so we
mm-hmm.
got a check every month, and my mom was still working, but whatever the case may be, like she only got paid like once a month or whatever at her job. So I was waiting for that check to come through so I can get my like all my school shit. And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
and it was still hot as fuck outside. Like, so people are still wearing flip flops, all this different shit. Yo, this little raggedy, dusty bitch tried to like front me out on a bus. I will never forget this. And I was like, she's like, so when I got my like all my sneakers and stuff, because I bought multiple pair. Oh, your check must have came through for your mama. That just like loud as fucking up. And it wasn't like she was one of the cool kids.
Yeah.
It was really weird. And I was like, bitch, you poor too, and you got Ashanti sideburns. What are you talking about?
First of all, don't do my boo. All right. I
I
like
didn't say
Ashanti
Ashanti was
sideburns.
ugly. I said
I
Ashanti
like that. I
sideburns.
like a little thick sideburn. I like a little thick hair, like right here, and on
Mm-mm.
like right here
That ain't
behind.
never been my issue.
Ooh,
No, it's a little rough.
ooh.
Uh I was gonna say something, but that ain't right.
Let it, let it go. Let it go.
Uh, listen. So then I came to White Castle and I had passed my car and I wasn't paying attention. And then she stopped and was like, "Oh my God, Dominique, I haven't seen you in such a long time." I say, "Bitch, I ain't forgot what the fuck you said. Give me my car back and put some extra ketchup in that bag."
You gotta stop letting the devil win. You gotta,
Sometimes it is
you
not
gotta
the
stop.
devil. It
You gotta
might
stop.
be my granny. It
You gotta
might be
stop.
my granny.
You gotta stop. Whoever it is, you gotta stop letting them win. You gotta stop. You gotta stop giving them the victory.
I'm sorry. Sorry. But anyway,
You're not sorry at all.
but no, back to the situation at hand. So it's just like I think what happens too in relationships is I feel like people, we've talked about this before, should always be honest, kind of out the
Mhm.
gate. don't mislead anybody. Don't make decisions for somebody. Don't think somebody's going to be okay with something, or okay with you springing something on them later down the line, and they're just going
Mhm.
to take it. So
Yeah,
give people that right to kind of make a decision
an
for themselves.
informed decision.
Yeah.
An informed decision. It's a difference between making a decision and an informed decision. You make a decision, you put an ultimatum in front of somebody to make a decision, right? You
Hmm.
make an informed decision. You give them all the necessary information that they need to know, and not what you think they need to know. All the information they need to know to make an informed decision, so they can make that decision fully aware of all the facts going into it. Right? That's the difference. Like, and I understand that. Like, first, let me say we've been married 10 years. We met in 2005. So we got skin in the game, right? And this lifestyle, we just started doing this lifestyle like this way within the
Hmm.
last year and a half, 2 years, right?
Okay.
We were playing separately before, and we was kind of like cloak and dagger. We didn't really talk much about, what each other were doing with other people and things like that. But to the point where we are right now, we have this amazing conversation and communication and transparency. This just really happened. So keep in mind, we like 13 years in the game together before we got to this part. So don't hear this conversation and think that all you have to do is just be honest with somebody and you're gonna be able to have an open marriage or poly marriage or open relationship. Something you have to build this up, because even when making someone feel safe, that doesn't happen overnight. You
It
can't
doesn't.
buy your way into safety. You can't charm your way into safety. Safety takes time. Safety takes trials. It takes tribulation.
Mhm.
It takes difficult situations and great communication and conversations that will assure that person, reaffirm their trust in you. This is not something that is going to happen immediately. So if you're thinking that, stop immediately. Now you guys can be aligned and have the same goals and have the same mindset and both want the same thing. But if you don't have that trust, if you don't have that history, if you don't have those moments where you can rely on and be like, in this situation this person came through, in this situation this person came through, I should trust this person, then it's still not gonna work. And fellas, a lot of fellas shoot themselves in the foot with lifestyles because of their ego.
Yeah.
This is not uh, a lifestyle where your ego can rule your life. You really
Mm.
have to go through ego death to really participate in this, because a lot of guys, even in that clip, you go to the comments, it's like, oh, I could let my woman come home after
Oh,
having another
absolutely.
man in her or sucking on another man. It's like, bro, first of all, you trying to egg me on. You're trying to get a response out of me, right? And I was very intentional in the way I responded, because I didn't want to scare away people that were curious or interested about the lifestyle. So I
Right.
was very intentional and I was very polite in the way that I responded. But let me tell you guys a couple things. Number one, you're not the first dick that your lady had. And honestly, you may not be the last. And you hope that you're not the last and you know about it. But
Yep. Ooh.
but there are people out there that don't give a fuck about you. So you
Yep.
might not be the last and you might not even know about the shit. That's number one. Number two, let me remind y'all, this is not a sport for the cheap. This is a
I was
rich
about to
man sport. This is a rich man sport. And I don't mean rich like super financially well off, emotionally, mentally, and financially. You have to be prepared for this. When we go on vacation, that's another ticket that I got to buy. That's
say.
another
Yep.
birthday. That's another anniversary. That's another dinner when we go out. That's another potentially hotel room. Or this, if they have an emergency, just another rainy day fund that I need to set aside. This is not a cheap sport. Okay,
Yeah.
you have to keep that in mind. Me and my wife, we go out to dinner, we may spend 300 to 400 on by ourselves, just being her. So we got
I've
another
been to
person.
dinner
That's
with y'all, so
another.
I know.
That's all. Yeah. So it's.
Yeah.
Were you with us when we went to Bourbon State? You didn't go to Bourbon State
My
with us.
invite got lost in the mail. I was around the corner though.
Okay. Well,
And I've
you
been
were going
dying to go
to.
there. And I felt some type. I ain't even gonna hold you, friend. I was salty.
Well,
But it's
listen.
cool.
That
We can take
our
it in the way.
assistant
I
was
think it's
there.
taking
Our
me.
assistant was there, and a potential client was there. So that's
Yeah.
that's what that was.
Yeah.
But that dinner by itself was 2,500. So this is not a sport for you to get into if you're not ready for it. Not saying
Yeah.
it has to be like that, but because y'all might be comfortable just standing where you're at. Y'all ain't doing a whole lot. Y'all are just enjoying each other. But even still, birthdays, anniversaries, just
Yep.
because gifts, Valentine's Day, Christmas, all right, all of that type of shit costs money. So before y'all start talking all reckless and off the side of y'all head, remember that. Can you before you? Like, I couldn't do that. I couldn't see my. Can you
Can you
afford to?
afford that?
Can you afford to? Because that's a big part of it. And
Yeah.
the ego shit, I ain't bro. Like my wife bad, nigga. You think I don't think other people want to fuck up when she walk in the room? My wife demands attention, and she ain't got to open her fucking mouth. So it don't matter if I don't want her to do anything. If she wanted to do what she wanted to do, I can't stop her. I don't own her. She's not my
Yeah.
property. I
Mm.
don't demand what she can and can't do. I can ask her, but I can't make her at the end of the day. The relationship that you have with your partner, the trust, that's what it's going to come down to. And I would
Yeah.
much rather have a clear understanding of what we're doing than it leads to something else. And now each one of us is doing something behind a closed door. A lot of the niggas that was hating and doing all that goofy shit, niggas, I couldn't have my leg. You cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Are you stealing? Are you doing all of this shit? You trying to act holier than thou. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have all of these morals and all of this shit, but you still doing some fuck shit. You might
But
not
you,
be cheating, but you doing some fuck shit at your job. You cheating, you stealing hours. You ain't working the whole time. All you niggas talking all this. I couldn't have my lady do that shit. When the last time you seen your kid?
no, but
When the last time you spent a weekend with your kid and your mom didn't watch? We all got shit. Ain't
yeah,
nobody perfect in the eyes of God. But you niggas are so quick to throw some stones. But let me tell you something. At the end of the day, none of that shit matter to me. My family's good. My house is good. We got our health. We got our laughter. And we got an amazing relationship. We
mm-hmm.
have communication that couples have been married 20 and 30 years don't have. So
Yeah.
if it works for us, why does it bother you so motherfucking bad?
People
And with
don't
that,
want happiness to hear.
well, that's what I was gonna say. When it comes down to that question, when it comes to that question, that's when a lot of people gracefully bow out because they know they don't have an answer. It
Yeah.
comes down to jealousy and
Yeah.
wanting to do it. Or and it might not be jealousy. It could be just sheer I don't like what you're doing. Why? Why? Because it costs you nothing to pay me no mind. And that's a price I don't mind paying. I ain't worried about what the fuck you got going on. I
You
ain't
know,
worried about it. It costs me time and energy to go through your page and see who you are and what you got going on and all of that. I'm not giving you that much energy. I'm
yeah.
not. You say some wild, disrespectful shit, and if I feel like it's not coming from a place of malice, I will engage and try to, explain my
Right.
part.
Right.
But if I feel like you're just trying to be wild and all that shit, cool. Don't worry about it. Block. You never have to see my shit again. You
Yeah.
don't. You don't I'm not gonna go back and forth with you because it serves me nothing. We have a finite amount of time on Earth. Nobody knows the day or time when you're gonna go, but there are no continues, there are no redos, there are no start overs, there's none of that shit. If you think I'm gonna waste my precious time worried about what the fuck you think, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. I got shit to do. I got lives to affect in a positive way. I got jobs to create. I got people to employ. I got vacations to take. I got nuts to bust. If you think that I'm gonna sacrifice my nut busting
We
time,
gonna say
go back
unseasoned
and forth
nuts
with
to
you,
bust because you ain't got nothing swimming. Unseasoned nuts to bust.
hey, hey, it don't matter. Snip, snip, empty the clip. I'm still busting. Busting at it. Shout out to all the fellas that got vasectomies. You know you don't want no kids. You ain't out here trying to have kids all over the place, man. You know who you are, man. Just go ahead and get that vasectomy. I knew I ain't want no more kids. I knew at 18 they just wouldn't let me get it, and thankfully I was able to make it through unscathed from
No
then to now.
scares. No scares.
No scares, baby. I
You a
strapped up shouty. We don't play
that's
them games
that
around this place.
nigga. Nigga, I got a pussy and I know that's cap. Like you hadn't had like a scare. Outside of the one thing we talked about, you hadn't had a scare after that.
That one thing we talked about was the only thing.
Oh shit.
Don, when I tell you that shit goes on before I start kissing the necks. Like that shit is already on you. And I'm so smooth with it, you don't even see me, but the condom's on though.
Oh my
I
god.
don't play that shit. Nah, we
You,
good. We
I lost my
good.
I hate to hear this. You would lie. Okay, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm
On
gonna
God,
let you
on God. That's one thing I don't play about. Because I'm a hypochondriac to the point. Like
I
me
am
and my
too.
wife have been married, like I said, 10 years. But even with us being married, I still get tested regularly because I'm a hypochondriac. I don't play no games with that. And you can ask anybody that has known me in high school or college. Like that nigga don't play about that shit.
Yeah,
Always.
no, I'm fucking with you. I know, I'm just messing with you.
Mm.
When we talk
Stop playing
about,
shit.
listen, I was nauseous last night, and I was like, oh my god, oh my
You say you
god.
what?
I said I was nauseous yesterday getting out that plane. I was like, oh my god,
Oh
I
shit.
need a Sprite.
See, that's your ass. See you dumb and all the
Uh-uh.
ladies like dumb that's out here chancing it with the pull out
I
and chicken.
don't know. No, first of all, my dude is just of a hypochondriac as you and as me as I am. I am. He. I mentioned it, and I was like, I don't even say nothing, but I know it's likely something that I ate, and I'm telling you, after this mix, that snack mix on the plane, all of a sudden I was nauseous. So something didn't sit
Fuck
right with
all that. Why you ain't on BC? Let's talk about it.
because I was on BC before,
Mm-hmm.
and I've told y'all this and how it messed up my body. Like
Mm.
I was dry. I lost nipple sensitivity. I'm just starting to get my nipple sensitivity back.
Okay. That's
And
fair.
that was 13 years ago when I got off of that shit. I still get night sweats. The
Damn.
one positive thing about birth control was these damn titties, okay? They are not fake, and they are from birth control.
Did you ever try any other forms of birth control? And
Uh
not pull out method. I'm talking about like,
I
you know, modern depot.
don't do me like that. Oh,
All
I
right, I
wasn't
just say
I wasn't trying to get big, and I'm not shaming.
right.
Sorry. You
No, but
know.
I mean, it's a known fact.
Yeah,
That's a
no,
known fact. That's a known
it
common occurrence.
just I don't, and it's not that I don't believe in birth control. It's just that I know that it just creates a lot of issues. And I
Mhm.
currently have friends that are experiencing like really drastic things right now. And it's
Okay.
because birth control is in their system.
Well, let your
So,
guy know if he puts a little scotch tape over the top of his pee hole, that'll hold the nut in until he pull out.
boy, get off of my phone. No, but trust me, you know what's also funny is that women just can't have a stomach ache or be nauseous without somebody asking them, are they pregnant? Like no, and it sucks. It's like I can't have food poisoning.
Hey, you can, you absolutely can, and that's a possibility. After I'm assured that you're not pregnant. Here's the thing: it was a meme going around, and it was of a text conversation. This guy and this chick, and she sent them a picture of a positive COVID test, right? And she was like, I just want to let you know this. I tested a positive. And he was like, why are you sending me this? She was like, because I was with you yesterday. And he was like, well, I got a vasectomy a couple years ago. Da, da, da. That's how guys think. When we see anything that looks like a pregnancy test, instant anxiousness, we are, hey, stop the motherfucking presses. No, not me. He wasn't even thinking about the fact you can't get pregnant in 24 hours. She said, I was with you yesterday. You can't get pregnant in 20. He wasn't even thinking about it. All he went to was survival mode and deny, deny, deny. Because kids scare most guys who aren't ready for them. We don't want them kids. We having a
Yes,
good
I
time.
am aware, but you don't think that crosses a woman's mind? Like even if I was like, okay, so because I had also tweeted that out, and my homeboy was like, yeah, that's the only place that our mind goes. And I was sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, in hindsight, let's say this was that. I'm like, damn, like I know I'll be saying I'm 36. I got people that would support me, and I'm like, damn, am I really ready for that? And then I'm like, I
Hey,
guess I'll
that's
be
a real
calling Planned
talk.
Parenthood.
Yeah, because I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't come over. Can't come over.
To
No.
here,
No,
you my brother. That's what that you know what you
no.
saying. You telling me that I can't come over is just gonna make me do a pop up. And I no, I'm being dead ass, and
With
I
the
will
with
hide
the with the
under
baby,
the
no, you won't. You
peephole.
never get
So
it's
you
a
will
gated
open the
community.
door, and you will think it's your motherfucking DoorDash delivery, and it's me.
No,
I have arrived.
no, no. And now because you said that, now we're just gonna get the ring because now you've already let me know your plan. So no, no, we like to vacation too much. We drink too much. We indulge in life too much for people. I mean, you remember it was somebody in the group that has a baby. When's the last time you seen her with us? She stopped coming to the meetings on Thursday. Am I lying?
Actually, I saw her the other week at her kid's birthday party.
Exactly.
Wait,
But have you seen her here?
wait. Who are you? Wait, whoa. Shut the front door. You're not talking about who I think you're talking about.
No, no, this person already had a baby. Their baby just turned one.
Okay. I was like, I thought,
No,
did
no,
it?
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, hell
Okay.
no.
Well, then, yes, I saw her the other week at a kid's birthday
At a
party.
kid's birthday party. Did you see it
Yeah.
here?
No.
Exactly. Don't bring the pheromones in this house. You like to get pregnant and shit. Don't bring that in here. We
Oh my
good.
God.
Fuck
Someone does,
you.
someone, okay, listen, my club deserves to be shot up at least once in this lifetime, okay?
And you should. Get your
Yeah,
plan. Check that shit immediately after.
I did. But
Immediately.
I mean, but it deserves to be shot up and not terminated at least once in this lifetime.
And
How am I?
listen, I absolutely believe for people that want to have kids and they're ready and they made the decision and you've done as much planning because it as much planning as you can do. It's still you're still never all the way ready, but
Oh
you've
yeah,
done as much
never.
as you can. I support it. The idea of kids is beautiful. This little person looks like you, talks like you, maybe has some of your personality, maybe doesn't. It's beautiful. I just know what having a kid takes because I had one at 14. I had one when I was a kid, and I knew the sacrifices I had to make as a kid. And that's different from when you're making them as an adult because you might have a partner, you got your own. But even
Yeah,
still, because just like they tell you, no matter the age, you still can get your goals accomplished. You can go to college, you can get
yeah,
that degree, you can get that promotion, all of that type of stuff. A lot of that shit goes on hold when you have a kid because you want to be an effective parent. You want to be a great parent. So you put a lot of your goals to the side. And right now, because I knew what that was like at 14, I want to be selfish. I gave up my teenage years to be a parent and found out that I wasn't the dad.
how many
Right
years was
now
that
is
to
my
hear?
time to be selfish, and I want to be selfish. Me and my wife like vacationing. We like
How many
when
years
we
was that to hear? Well, how many years was your life on, like, when
four,
that happened? Four.
four, four. So all my high school, all of
Damn.
my high school. I had my son when I was a freshman in high school.
Okay.
First semester at first. So when we went to London, we flew to London, then we flew to Paris, and then we
Okay.
flew to Barcelona, then we flew back to London. I did a show. We went shopping. We came home. You know how difficult that would be with a fucking kid.
That's what nannies are for. Like, I'm gonna say something real fast. That's the only.
You
That's the
thought
only
like
reason why.
niggas is rich.
Listen. That's the only reason why I ain't ready yet, because I can't afford a nanny yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a progressive parent. My homeboy, they have a nanny. So I understand, and the wife is a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
So I get it. So I want to be able to have a nanny. And
Listen,
so, but those are things that I think about. I'm like, okay, well,
parents had to fight, not fight me, but she questioned me getting a vasectomy. And I was like, hey, you want to be a stay-at-home wife? Or you want to be a mom again? You're not getting both.
oh my
You can
God,
take some time off after you have the baby, but you're going back to work. You want to be a stay-at-home wife? Or you want to be a mom again? You want to be a new mom?
that's a very tough ultimatum, friend.
Is it? Is
Yeah.
it? Because we're right down the street
Why
from a
can't I be
Barney.
both?
We're right down the street from a
I'm
Barney.
listen. Like I said, I don't dream of labor. And when I say labor, I mean in the literal working sense. Okay. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I worked hard enough. I am ready to enter my housewife era. Okay.
It's
You
good over
know,
here. It's good over here. When we don't feel like cooking, we will order Hello Fresh, and I'll pay Io to cook the food.
okay.
It's good over here.
Okay. These are wealth dreams that I have and will be obtaining in the next year or so. Yes.
Here's the thing: after like another 2 years, I'll adopt. I will adopt. I'll go from. I'll pick up at like 4 or 5, right when they old enough
Wait,
to tell me
okay,
what's
so
going
why would
on
you
with
do
them.
that when you can just come and get my kid?
Because I'm not gonna invest that much time and energy and money into a kid that's not my own. If I'm investing
It,
my time, energy, and money, they gotta have my last name. It's gonna be part of my legacy.
we can hyphenate. That could be adjusted. Like, we could
Hey,
talk
hey, hey,
about it.
hey, hey. No, no, no.
Listen, I'm meeting in the middle, friend. Meeting in the middle.
I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that.
Okay, sure. We'll
I,
we'll
I'll
revisit the
be a great
conversation.
uncle. Birthdays and Christmas, all flooded out, flooded and studded, baby.
I hate you. I just want you to know that I really, you make things very. very
Keep
difficult.
talking. I can hear you. I just got to
You're
step aside.
such a St. Louis nigga. It's like you gotta come back for every fucking thing. Just let me have the last word and move on. Like, nope, I always gotta come back. So annoying.
No, no. You know why, Dub? I'm gonna tell you why.
No, don't tell me
I'm gonna tell
why.
you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because you're beautiful. You are
Oh,
you
thank
are
you.
fine, Don. You are fine as
I
wine.
appreciate that. Thank
Because of that, a lot of niggas will just give you whatever you want, give you your way, let you get the last word. Sometimes fine people need to be brought back to reality. Okay? And because I have no intentions of trying to holler, I look at you like a family member, I can tell you, shut your ass up.
you.
Say it out of love. Right?
I'm
Because
like,
everybody needs to hear. I need to hear it. I don't have no yes men around me. When I'm
no, you
fucked up
don't.
and I'm wrong, you tell me I'm wrong. When Evelyn tells me I'm wrong, I don't keep yes men and yes people around me. I need real
Yeah,
people around me because I don't know all the answers. So I need people to check me when I'm wrong. So I'm here to do the same for you because you find a niggas be like, yeah, I mean, all right, whatever I do out of that. I'm like, nah, fuck that. Get that goofy shit out of here. No.
man. Niggas tell me no more often than you think. By the way, so I don't need you to bring me back to reality. These niggas be trying to do it, and I just be like, all
That's
y'all
because
suck.
you be like, fuck your mama. She be okay. Come pick me up. And them niggas like, come on, man. She had me, man. I can't leave her on the box stage. Let me come get you after I get her.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That is so terrible. And I would also say, well, um, while she was preparing you for life, she didn't prepare herself enough. That's really fucked up.
Ooh, see, and that's why I got to be here. You respond like that. You respond like that. The streets need me.
They
Fellas, if
don't
you need
need,
somebody to check your
listen,
lady,
listen.
call me up.
You think the
I'll
streets
pretend to
need
be
you,
your
but
best
they ain't
friend
ready to
for a
bend you
week.
to it.
Call me up. I'll pretend to be your best friend for a week, and I'll check your old lady for you.
Oh
If
my
you need
god.
that service, hit me up. I'm gonna let you know
No.
it ain't cheap. If you
Listen.
do anything good, don't do it for free.
Listen. I'm not the asshole. I'm not a mean person. Sometimes I might get in the bed and cry and cuddle up with my puppy when a nigga tell me no. I'm like,
I
what
might
did I
have somebody
do?
that needs to hit you up because they were looking for some of the puppies too.
Okay. Who?
We'll talk offline. It's
Okay.
a
I
name.
thought you said who it was, and I just didn't hear because
No,
you
no,
know
no,
I.
no. It's a name. It's a name. So we'll
Okay.
talk.
Okay. I just was making sure because my hearing aid still ain't came. Um, speaking of hearing aids, nigga, like at some point, I'm like, I need my body to stop failing me. My ass almost fell out the bed yesterday, and that's what I get for making fun of that one nigga that fell out the bed.
I'm
Um,
gonna get you one of those sleep number beds so to have you sleep in. You feel like you're at a hospital. Maybe if your legs and your back
I
are
was
hard
in a
to
sleep
sleep.
number bed when that person fell out the bed.
But you want in the one that where the head goes up and the legs go up.
Oh,
That's what
okay.
I'm
No,
talking about.
that's weird. No, I was in a. This would happen this weekend. I was in a full size bed. So, yeah, and I Chanel had to catch me.
See?
Ooh, ghetto. Anyway, it's so much. It's so many questions that I have, and you have so little time. But I just wanted to circle it back because I don't think people understand, just honestly, in general, how relationships are not cheap. Doing extra stuff in general is just not like it's not cheap. Like
Well, I
I'm
mean,
not a cheap person with myself. So
I will say this: money isn't everything. I don't care about money in the sense of like flossing it or throwing it at other people's faces. I think that shit
right,
is just uncouth and unnecessary. Money is a tool to freedom and more time. The money I loan people, loan, I typically give away. I never expect to give it back. And I don't
right,
mind giving away if I got it, it ain't gonna prevent my family from living the quality and the level of quality of life that they've been living. I don't care about this shit. Money is not the end all be all to me. I have a list of goals in my mind, tangible goals, and that's what I consider my success. My financial status is not what I consider my success. My financial status just means how many vacations I can go on that year,
right,
that month. That's what that is. So the money doesn't equate to the happiness when it comes to a relationship because before I got to where I am now, me and my family, we were happy. Like my mom would put like $200 in my account. She would like, "Hey, I put some little money in your account. so you and the family could do so. And we would be happy because we could buy a movie off of Amazon, and we could all get our own pizza. That's
Mm,
what that money went, and that was an amazing Saturday night for us. So happiness is based on perspective and where you are in life. The money, the money changes those perspectives, your perspective, but it's not the source of your happiness. If you can't spend a weekend with your person and y'all have a good time just with each other's energy, then that's something y'all need to check because y'all might not be right for each other. If
right.
you can't make it through the struggle with your person, if you didn't make it through the pandemic and y'all stay together, that might not be the person for you. Or y'all got more work to do, and money's not going to fix that work that you have to do. You have to put the time in. You have to put the energy in. You have to admit the effort, because if you don't, no amount of money is going to be able to cover that up. It's
Yeah.
always going to come back to an argument. It's always going to be some bickering because you haven't done enough work. The money is just a means to freedom and vacations and gifts, but all of that shit does not equate to a happy relationship. It just doesn't. You have to put the time in, and so yes, it's not the money matters more now because of the lifestyle that we live and the things we like to do. But if I wasn't in the financial status and level that I'm at now, we would still have fun. I've had some of my best times on picnics that I planned, just taking my family out to a park or out to the beach, and I done made everybody their different sandwiches, and everybody
Like,
has their own snack and all of that type of stuff. The
yeah.
money is not what you should base that on.
Yes. So, yes, everything you said is correct, right?
Hmm.
But I mean, in the sense of, don't do that. It like you did this. Here she go.
Mm, mm.
It was like,
No, 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 no. I'm listening.
okay. I mean, in the sense of what we kind of talked about earlier, though, and I was like circling back to that. It is certain things that I feel that some people, because I'm not just gonna limit it to men, because there are some women as well,
Hmm.
and I always feel, it's kind of about life. It's kind of like you got to pay to play a little bit,
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I wasn't saying that, oh, he got to, no, 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 no. So LA is very expensive,
Yeah, it
and
is.
it is very expensive, and you can't be laid up with somebody with no goals or that's working toward it, where you
Oh
see,
yeah,
like you said, tangible, right?
yeah.
And so my ideal is this, and I am aware that I have been afforded opportunities that some people have not, where how I treat myself, I would like my partner to treat me like how I treat myself, if not better. And that's what I mean. And I feel like if you are lacking, and a lot of times my experience, where there has been some sort of conflict, the man has been lacking. It's been lacking in the pocketbook. Because
Yeah.
like broke niggas always know how to fuck good. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
Broke bitches and broke niggas know how to fuck. That's how they keep you hooked.
Let me say this. I went on. I mean, one time I went on 3 dates in 1 week. Right. Those 3 dates in that week equated to $1,000. It was like $978 total. Right.
Hmm.
And I didn't like, me and those people didn't end up hooking up. We didn't. We It was things that it didn't transpire to anything. Like, that's just what it costs to date. LA is very expensive, right?
Hmm.
And so if you are dating someone who does not meet the financial requirements that you may have, you either have to stop dating that person or adjust your mindset. Because if a person is not there financially, but they have potential, and you see that they're actively trying to get to where they are, then that means that, all right, we can't go out to eat 4 times a month. It might be
Right.
one
Right.
time a month, and that doesn't take away from that person and the attempts that they're making to excel in life. That just means they're not there yet. But if that person is not actively trying, they're not, using all of the avenues and exhausting all of the efforts to be better, then that's something you have to be able to recognize
Mm-hmm.
when a person is good or not good for you. And if they're trying, you owe it to them to give them a try because there's something about them that attracted you to them. Hopefully, it was more than just the physical. Hopefully, it was
Right.
some personality traits that attracted you to them, and give them a chance to bloom. Everybody is not going to be in their winning season when you meet
Hmm.
them.
Yeah.
Some
No,
people you have to
absolutely.
nurture them. You have to pour into their life and they pour into yours. You may be that person that helps them get to that season,
Yeah.
right? They might have been waiting on you, your special type of encouragement, your specific type of love, your specific type of nurturing to help them get over that hump. But if they're not trying, then you have to be mature enough and have the wherewithal to remove yourself from the situation because
Yeah.
all you're going to end up doing is harboring ill will for that person
That.
and ending up in a situation where you don't feel comfortable.
Yeah. No, and that's the difference. It's one thing if you are, if you, like you said, you see the person being proactive, and then there's a different when you see somebody kind of being a Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like think about had Issa not broken up with Lawrence. Would Lawrence really had rise to the occasion to get everything that he really wanted out of his life? I mean, ultimately they got back together. The things happened in between the time, but Lawrence needed that to be shooken up, and I don't think we talk about that enough.
Sometimes you do. Sometimes you do need that shake up. Sometimes me and Farron, we got into it a couple weeks ago, and it was something that I needed,
Okay.
and realizing the jeopardy that I put us in was the
Mm,
wake up call I needed to do what I needed to do in certain instances. And I'm glad that it happened. I'm thankful that it happened the way it happened and not another way, and it didn't ruin us. But sometimes you do need that. But
yeah.
again, if you've had a couple of those already and you see nothing is changing, then if you continue to stay in that situation, that's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like you're choosing to stay unhappy. You're choosing to stay in a situation where you see no growth. At
Yeah.
that point, once you've had a couple of those run-ins, those situations, those experiences, that's on you at that point. You can't even blame that person because you're a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. And one thing we have to remember too is that our happiness is ours. We control our happiness. No one else can give you that happiness. This is a conversation that I had recently with a girlfriend, and she was saying this, her person was like, "You didn't make me happy." And I'm like, "That's not your responsibility, so she can't put that on you.
Yeah.
That is on her, not on you. You did what made you happy, which was got another hotel because my friend is petty. Uh, that's why we're friends. But in hindsight, you are responsible for that. You are responsible for your peace. Nobody else can disrupt that unless you allow them to and you give them control. I'm a huge firm believer of that. Once I really realized how energy and all that stuff works and how much control we pretty much have over it,
Hmm.
my life has been completely different since then. I can't you yes to hear yes in the sense you make me happy because you're my friend, like you're my brother. So ouch. So there are so many things that you can do that can contribute to it, but is it your responsibility? No. Like I
Right.
look forward to seeing you and hanging out. I'm like, oh, this nigga gonna bring gonna bring it out.
Tuesday gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna have a good time. And then but I know that, like, I know the people that you bring around and what we all do. We all like, it's like a star, like the stars in the night sky, because everybody shines so bright and we have so much fun.
Hmm.
But once people realize that, and a lot of people at our big age, we know some that don't know
Hmm.
that that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, listen, you can't save everybody. Self preservation is the number one law of the land, and that's why I say it's on you. Because if you find yourself in a situation where you're in a constantly sinking ship, and your partner is not doing anything to kind of get you guys out of that situation, or at least carrying their own, then you know, as a captain, you choose to go down with that ship. Now, if you
Mm-hmm.
choose to, hop on another ship or go out on your own, then that's self preservation. But if you choose to stay in that situation, hoping that that person is going to see the best of them for themselves, a lot of times that doesn't work. You can't want more for a person than they want for themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is that Issa and Lauren saying you have to leave for them to realize their full and true potential.
Mm,
And no, sometimes you make it back to that person, sometimes you don't. But that's just life. Everything in life is a gamble. If you're
mm-hmm.
too afraid to place a bet, then you're gonna miss out on a lot of opportunities. If you want to play it safe and just stay where you are, thinking it's not gonna get any better than what you have, that's a chance that you're gonna take. You know. But if that's the case, then you can't complain about it. At that point, you because you chose to stay.
Well, friend, I appreciate your wise words of wisdom. Did I say that right? I don't know.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Okay. Before we leave, I know you said there's nothing that's off limits, but I don't know. And if this is off limits, I will cut this out.
Okay.
Um, I want to talk about Abbott super quick.
Okay.
Okay, so okay, yeah, okay. So of course, proud mama bear cried when I found out, uh, because hottest show, amazing writing, so much humor. I think so many of us can relate to it because a lot of us are inner city kids, and we know what
Mhm.
that's like to not, like shit not working, and just random jokes that and pranks that we would pull on our teachers and stuff, and what was that like? And if you can tell us when the episode will air, but just kind of give us a little bit of insight into the Abbott life.
Abbott Elementary was one of the best sets I had been on. Everybody there was. Uh, it seemed like they were all streamlined with having a great show. So people would go the extra mile. They make sure that the guest stars are taken care of. Uh, Everybody was personable. Everybody was approachable. And I was filming on the day right after they had won that Golden Globe, and they also had been greenlit for the third season. So it was a great energy there. I have nothing bad to say about it. Everybody was approachable. I was already familiar with Quinta, and she was familiar with me. So it was great to see her in that element, see her running things. A black woman just holding it down, calling the shots. Um, and she, like I said, she was familiar with me, so she was like, "I'm so glad we got you on the show. I wish it was a bigger role, but who knows what's to come in the future." So, um, you never know who's looking because I
Mm,
knew Quinta from mutual friends, but I wasn't aware that she was aware of me in that sense. And even with let's see, I just filmed 3 episodes of the show Johnson. I gotta go back to Atlanta this upcoming weekend to film one more episode. So I got 4 episodes of that, and that's in season 3 of that show.
okay.
Um, I just went to Black on the Block, and they had the crew the cast from the Grand Crew
Grand
there,
Crew. Yeah.
and that's on NBC. And the producer and creator of that show, after they did that panel, I was walking to the restaurant and we ended up just side by side, and I was like, "Yo, man, I really enjoyed what you said up there." He was like, "Yo, you did Insecure in Brooklyn Nine-Nine." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." Because he wrote on Brooklyn and he wrote on Insecure. He's like, "I remember you, dude. You did a great job." And we got to connect right there. But you never know who's watching.
Mhm.
You never know who's aware of you. And so it was just refreshing to get that validation from people who
Yeah.
I admire, people that inspire me, because I wasn't aware that I was even on their radar. So those experiences from Abbott, from Johnson, from the creator and the executive producer of the Grand Crew just confirmed that I'm on the right path. I'm on the right track. I'm doing everything I
Mhm.
need to be doing. If anything, just kick it up a notch, and I'm going to get it to exactly where I want to be. Um, Great experiences. Very blessed to have those experiences. Just did a comedy show this past Sunday with Chloe from Black Lady Sketch Show. I did
Okay.
that. I did an episode with them back in November. That's going to air this upcoming this year rather. I don't know exactly when that episode is going to air. I also don't know what Abbott's going to be airing, but it's
Okay.
going to be in this new season. I'm sure
Okay.
my agent will let me know, but I never watch. I never watch anything I've been in anyway.
We having a watch party, friend.
Y'all can. I
No,
won't be there.
You, I mean, you can cover
I
your eyes and
won't.
ears like it's a scary
I
film. We
won't do
are
that.
going to celebrate
I'll come
profit.
afterwards. I'll come afterwards.
You're
It's
so
I don't know.
annoying.
It's just something. I don't know. It's not
You
like
acting
rap.
like Kid
It's not
Fury
like
and Crystal.
music.
Let us celebrate. Let us love on you and
That's why I said I
celebrate.
come afterwards. I come afterwards. It's not like music where you can sing along and all of that. It's different for me as an
Mm,
actor. I was there. I know it was a good time. I know it's gonna be fire.
I
I
hate
know it's
you.
gonna be fire. I know the episode's gonna be fire.
Okay.
I don't have to see everything. So, you know, I
You're so
appreciate it.
annoying.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody watching.
So annoying. And speaking of music, before we get out of here, I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. Are you ever gonna make a album, an EP or something? Because I want to let y'all know Tahir has bars, like, and we know, but I don't think they know. Like, but Tahir has the
We
bars.
got 3 songs recorded. And I got some people that I'm working with that's gonna really surprise people. Like, oh, I didn't even know you. So we got stuff recorded. I'm taking my time with it.
Okay.
It's a passion project. So I don't feel the need to rush it out. I want to get it
Okay.
out when it's ready, and I ain't trying to chart or nothing like that. It's just something that I want to do.
But if
So
you chart, it's
because it's
okay.
huh?
I said, but if you chart, it's okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely, it's okay. But I mean, like my love and appreciation of music goes it surpasses what societal norms deem as dope and all that type of. I just really love it. I really really love it, and so I don't want to put it out until I feel like it's ready. So when it's ready, it'll come out.
All right. I will definitely be checking it out because I follow you on Spotify. And we also have a blended list, which is very enjoyable. I can see what you are up on and you can see the weird
Yeah,
things I listen
I'll
to.
throw some stuff on there. I got some new songs. I'll throw some stuff on there. But
Okay.
yeah,
That makes me feel better. But I appreciate you so much, friend, for pulling up and us having a good time as, per usual, because this is just normal kicking shit with each other. And we definitely have to have you back. And
yeah,
you shouted out some of the projects that you have coming up, but weekly, where can everybody hear you, watch you? I know we're trying to get you to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. You are super super close because you want to do
yeah.
another roast.
I am. You can always find me on tohearmore.com. Um, if you search that, it'll show you everything that I got going on for the most part. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and I am 354 subscribers away from 100,000. By the time this probably airs, I'll be then hit 100,000. So we're gonna get the 100,000 subscriber roast going on, the birthday roast in collaboration with that. I got a new show called Dive in the DMs that's coming out as well. And yeah, we working. We working.
And
What's up, Frank?
And don't forget, guys, if you are in the LA area or want to come to the LA area, they are doing a live podcast.
Live podcast.
Damn internet, you scary. Yep.
For sure on March 20th. So get your tickets right now at flapperscomedy.com. It's going to be me, Pat, Hanisha, Buzz, and BT Kingsley. It's going to be a great time. So if you see this before then, grab your tickets right now and pull up because tickets are probably almost sold out.
Yes, they are. And don't forget, we have the candles. Don't forget to like,
All
subscribe.
right.
I would just like to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize my page. So can y'all help y'all girl out, please?
Subscribe right now. Make sure you subscribe right now. Just pull up.
And use code Aquarius at checkout to get 20% off of your purchase. Yeah, keep them orders rolling in. It's a good time. I'll see.
Facts.
Yes, facts. So I'm working on body scrubs and room sprays as well. Those have been received well by my test group. So y'all, I will see y'all here next week. Thanks to here for pulling up. Hey Farron, I saw that you walked in, but you didn't walk in. And we will catch y'all
I am.
later. Oh, I am. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Bye.